of God, watch this. Look at what the shepherd does. He has a strategy for their survival, because if you watch it carefully, he knows that if the sheep do not lie down, he knows that they will not be able to digest the food that they have eaten. It is important that they lie down to digest the food or the grass that they have just grazed on. Why? Because he recognizes this, that their wool and the thickness of their wool is in direct relationship to the food they eat and the proper rest they had in order for that wool to grow right. Some of you need to understand that your value is a direct result of God telling you to go and sit down and chill out sometime, because sometime God will put you in a timeout, and some of you get so upset if God put you in a holding pattern. But you need to recognize God knows what he's doing, because it's all about a strategy for survival. Watch it carefully. The rod is used for correction. It has a dual purpose, one for the sheep and one for the enemy. Whenever the sheep will get beside themselves, whenever the sheep will get unruly, the shepherd would take the rod and give them a little spank and tell them, all right, now pull it back together. Have you ever come to church and had a good Sunday morning? All right, now time to pull it back together. Somebody here know what I'm talking about. But then when the enemy got too close, the shepherd took that rod and said, you got to step back now. These belong to me. That's why when your enemy gets close to you, you ain't got to get down nasty and dirty with them and send them nasty text messages. All you got to do is put the word on them. I believe I got somebody here that know how to put the word on your enemy. What? Not myself. Because of evildoers, neither be thou envious of the workers of iniquity. They shall soon be cut down. What? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. What? The Lord's going to make my enemy my foot. What? Touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. Touch your neighbor, say, put the word on them. Miss this because you may not really understand what God does in preparing a table. Come to the restaurant with me just for a second. Table for two. All right, you take a little pager, they give you a pager, you go stand up, look cute, waiting on your pager to go off. When your pager goes off, you go up and say, here I am, party of two, right? They take your pager and say, please wait, we'll get with you shortly. They are preparing your table. Now, what are they doing? First of all, they're cleaning it. Somebody is over there cleaning your table because somebody before you left a lot of crumbs. A lot of their mess was on the table. So they don't want their mess to mess you up. So what they did is made sure there was no evidence of the past stuff before you sat down. I'm trying to help somebody right now because that's what God did. God got all that mess from yesterday out of your life, and you sitting up here today looking like it ain't never. A host would fill up your cup. The host was saying to you, stay a little longer. But if they would fill your cup halfway, they were sending you a message that it was about time for you to get up out of here. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. David said that God filled my cup till it ran over, that God wanted me to hang out with him a little while, and I love hanging out with God. That was powerful. You can be so in the presence of God that you just love hanging out with God. And here is the deal. Some people will hate on you because your cup runs over. Isn't it amazing how you got these folk that hate on overflowing cups? But maybe they don't understand the ministry of the saucer, because if you understood the ministry of the saucer, then you wouldn't hate on my cup running over. You see, some of us are going to have seasons where we're cups, and some of us are going to have seasons where we're saucers. We got to know how to get along. As a matter of fact, look at your neighbor, say, I'll be your saucer as long as I can catch your overflow. When I'm going through sickness, they keep on following me. They won't leave me alone. Goodness and mercy, they follow me all the days of. Somebody ought to give him praise. Somebody ought to give him glory. Hey, goodness and mercy, goodness and mercy, goodness and mercy, goodness and mercy, goodness and.
To view this message in its entirety, please visit MountZionAnywhere.org.